Rachel from S Club 7. In January this year, we performed 22 concerts around the country on our Carnival 2002 tour. We performed to over 300,000 people in 9 different cities. But it all started for us in a rehearsal studio in North London. You join us with just a fortnight left before our first performance in Dublin.
We've been rehearsing the tour for about a couple of weeks, which isn't really long enough. I mean, I'm quite slow at picking up routines, probably the slowest, so I find it quite hard.
I hope we're going to get through it, just hope we don't pass out halfway through or something, but we've done a couple of run-throughs and stuff so far, and everyone seems to be still alive, so that's good.
It is a lot of pressure at the moment, but just got to try and focus and try and get on what's going on at the moment, do you know what I mean?
When it's coming down to performance day, it's sort of like up against the wall a bit.
At Elstree Film Studios, a huge stage has been built for us to rehearse on, and today we get our first glimpse.
That is weird. Ooh.
Not only will we rehearse on this stage, but this huge structure will be taken down and rebuilt at each of our concert venues.
The stage is very come on down, isn't it? Come on down. I like it a lot.
While we check it out, John explores the catwalk, which will be suspended above the crowd.
It's going to go right out into the arena, which is great. Hopefully, because it's perspex, we can see the fans underneath us and stuff. The set just looks fantastic. It just looks like a big disco kind of thing, which is cool, which is the vibe of what we're doing.
For this, our second tour, we're going to have a different way of getting on and off the stage.
Okay. I'm frightened.
You'll be fine, John.
I don't like it.
Oh, and excited.
It's the next day and the serious work begins. Before rehearsals start, we have to spend an hour with our vocal coach.
Well, basically what we're doing is before they go out with the band, we have them for maybe an hour and a half, warm them up, make sure their voices are okay so they don't ruin their voices when they get out there screaming on stage. Warm them up, make sure they know all of their harmonies. To be honest, what we're listening out for is making sure that they're blending their voices together in the right way, because they've all got really lovely voices, but it's really different from singing a lead, a solo part, as to singing in a group.
Baby, loving you comes easily to me. It's what I'm living for. It's all in the chemistry.
We make sure that they've rehearsed 10, 20 times one song, so they've got all the lyrics in their head. If they're nervous because they're thinking about their dance steps, they're not going to forget the words of what they're supposed to sing or their harmonies. It's quite hard, but I think after you've rehearsed something 10, 20, 30, 40 times, it gets in there.
While we're warming up, Priscilla, the tour producer, has already started rehearsals.
I am the show producer and choreographer of this show. Myself and the tour director have come up with the ideas, the concept for the show. Some of the music has been changed to be a bit more carnival-like and everything else, more Latin influence, more samba influence. Then it's never slow. So I suppose that's the biggest challenge for them. It's keeping up the pace of it constantly. Whoa, yo, yo! I need you to speed up that process coming through.
Off the logo.
Chris Vaughan is the production manager, and he's responsible for moving the stage from venue to venue.
It's a huge, very, very heavy operation in which we have 15 articulated trucks full of gear. There's 110 plus people working on it very intensively for a 8 or 9 hour period to get this built, so that when at 4:30 they arrive, we can sound check, get ready, and everybody can be calm before we open doors to let the public in. We take it down immediately after the show, which will take us maybe 3.5 hours of very frantic activity. We put it in the trucks. We travel overnight. The crew all travel in sleeper buses. 6 o'clock in the morning, we open the truck doors and start again and get it built for that show.
We're going to be touring with a live band. There are 6 musicians led by the musical director, Simon Ellis.
I wrote this. On percussion, Mr. Thomas Diani. Joseph, how are you? It is Joseph. The legendary Johnny Thompson on bass guitar.
All right, love.
The tub thumper himself, Chris Bailey.
And that's all, folks. Y'all come back now, you hear?
We're just waiting for everybody to get mic'd up and like eared up. All the 7S Club lot wear in-ears, which is like, you know, so they can hear themselves sing and like hear the band and stuff like that. So they're going to get their ears in, as it's known, get the mics together, and then I think we're going to start. We're about to start.
Oh, oh, to the dun dun dun. Oh, oh, to the from my hand. Oh, oh, to the dun dun dun.
At the moment, it's really nice for all of us because we're doing what we really love, which is coming in every day singing and performing on stage, and the build-up to the tour is really exciting.
Well, I used to be a dancer, so I guess, yeah, I really like the routines. It's been drilled in me to pick up routines for a long time.
It's pretty tough. It's a lot of sweating and a lot of dancing and stuff, but it's good because we're getting lots of exercise and building our stamina up, which is great.
Priscilla's great. She's got the patience of a saint, you know, because it's hard sometimes to get 7 people moving the same, especially us 7 because we're so different.
Even though there's like a week and a half to go, we still don't know all the routines, and we're actually learning them on the stage as we're going along, which is pretty hard.
I see where you're struggling, I know it was yesterday, Brad. Yes. It's always a bit of a panic when you see the stage and you realise how much left you've got to rehearse before you actually do your first show. So I think they're realising now and seeing it all, thinking, oh my God, we're going on stage in a couple of weeks.
As well as the musicians, we have 7 dancers, 3 girls and 4 boys who perform with us on stage.
I'd say for me personally, this is one of the best jobs that I've ever done. This is my first tour. I've never worked within a big group situation like this before.
It is probably the most family-orientated bunch of people I've worked with. You know, everyone knows each other. It's a great...
And that really helps.
Happy energy.
That really helps. This is the dedication our dancers have. He shaved a 7 in his head. How sad.